Hey guys, welcome back to Finland. In today's video, we have Anand with us. Anand has worked at many finance companies, cleared CFA level 1 and is now going to HEC Paris. So let's talk to Anand and understand what he has to say about his entire experience and how did he end up in HEC Paris. Also, make sure to watch this video till the end because there is a surprise somewhere in the video. Okay, first of all, thank you so much, Anand, for taking out the time at such a short notice. Uh,
Thank
Pehle
you, Murad.
directly walk us through your journey. Tell us about what you have done.
So I'm currently a final year student at IIT Kharagpur, enrolled in its dual degree course in the Department of Industrial and Systems Engineering. So uh, at IIT, I've been involved in a lot of activities ranging from entrepreneurship cell to various sports clubs I was part of. So I got a good exposure at IIT, and in my third year, I decided to pursue my interest in finance. Uh, After 2 years at IIT, I was exposed towards the side of business and finance through my alumni network, and I wanted to pursue this further. So in my third year, I decided to pursue finance, and I did internships in venture capital firm, strategy consulting firm, and also cleared my CFA level 1. And so after doing all of this, I finally decided to join the Masters in International Finance at HEC Paris. And fortunately, yes, I got selected for it, and I'll be joining it in September this year.
Couple of questions. ये finance का
Yeah.
interest कहाँ से आ गया all of a sudden?
So I come from a business background. I have a family business at my home. So throughout my childhood, I was exposed to the business side of things, how a business is run, and what decisions you have to take in day-to-day life. So that part attracted me a lot throughout my childhood and as well as in my undergraduate studies. So while joining IIT, I was very clear that I want to get into the business side of things.
Again, two questions मेरे दिमाग में फिर से आ रहे. First thing is, how did you get into GSF India? Was it your college that helped you, or did you do it on your own?
I reached out to GSF India through LinkedIn. So they posted a
Directly
job
via
opening.
LinkedIn.
Yes, they posted a job opening at the job portal of LinkedIn. So I applied through it and sent my resume and cover letter across.
So had you cleared CFA till then?
No, I had not cleared.
So without CFA, you got into GSF India?
Yes, I had previous experience. Yeah, I had previous experience in entrepreneurship cell at IIT Kharagpur. So we interact with a lot of VCs and startups. So that experience played a major role.
About CFA, so you come from a non-finance background. How hard was it for you, and how much time did it take you to complete the entire process?
Yes, coming from a non-financial background, it is difficult. But also it is an advantage coming from a technical background, coming from IIT, as it gives you a strong quantitative base to understand the mathematics part of finance further. So the quantitative part as well as the economics part, I was able to grasp very fast.
That covers 25% of the syllabus directly.
Yeah,
Cons
exactly.
and economics.
Exactly. So
But
the other 75%, I had to put in a lot of effort. So I prepared it. I guess daily I put in around 3 hours of time to study, and I prepared it for around 3 months and gave the exam.
days, 3 hours. That is what you're saying.
Yeah, and in the last week you have to put in more effort.
Obviously, you have to put in as many hours that you can put in the last month. True. Ideally, I recommend everyone 5 months, but then maybe for an IIT person, 3 months is more than enough. How tough was FRA for you? Did you feel like it's something? How much time did you spend on FRA?
Major portion of my time was spent on FRA because coming from a non-technical, non-financial background, it is difficult to understand the accounting principles and different things present at in
But
FRA.
still, that was in those 3 months only.
Yeah, yeah. And I did get help from one of the coaching centers. So I subscribed to their online video classes.
So
So I
you
was
took
able to
help
grasp
from a
it
coaching
from,
center as well.
yeah, correct.
Would you have been able to
Specifically for FRA also.
would you have been
I
able to
did that.
do it on your own?
No, it was difficult.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Understandable. Understandable. Also, walk us through your journey of Kearney. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly this time.
It's Kearney.
Kearney. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Walk us through your journey with Kearney and how did you get in?
So in Kearney, I basically reached out to my alumni at IIT Kharagpur, and I reached out saying that I want to do a 3 month summer internship with Kearney, and what is the process and how should I apply. So he gave me the contacts of HR, and I sent my resume and cover letter across. So they were interested in having me, and so they did a proper process of hiring. It consisted of 3 rounds. First was the case study round, and then the interview, and then finally the HR part.
People were there alongside with you in Kearney
As an intern,
as an
or
intern on the
okay.
same.
So they had, I guess, around three more students.
What was the profile? Everyone from IIT or different?
No, there were people from IITs. I guess one more apart from me, and 2 people from MBA background.
Oh,
IIMs.
oh,
Yeah.
MBA background. Wow.
Yeah.
And no help from college, just that you reached out to your alumni directly.
Correct.
Crazy good, yeah, crazy good. Okay, now that you're planning to go to HEC Paris,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, did you apply to any other colleges or HEC was your first goal?
Of course, HEC was my first goal because the Masters in Finance at HEC is ranked number 1 in the world. So I wanted to get into it. Apart from that, I also applied to the London Business School MFA program, which is a new and upcoming program for pre-experienced finance guys. And also applied to the MFE program at Oxford Side Business School. But my priority was HEC from the beginning.
What was your GMAT score?
My GMAT score was 760.
I saw. How long did you prepare for it?
I prepared for GMAT, I guess, for 3 months, from April to June.
You prepared for CFA level 1 for 3 months and GMAT also 3 months. Like, honestly, GMAT 3 months is a lot. CFA 3 months is nothing. Ideally, I recommend everyone 5 to 6 months for CFA and 2 months for GMAT. Now you've done GMAT 3 months, CFA 3 months.
Yeah.
Wow.
I guess I'm a fast learner.
Extremely fast learner.
But I'll tell you, Murad, in IITs, it is a culture that CFA level. I reached out to my seniors and alumni regarding CFA and GMAT. So the guidance that I got was they required 3 months for level 1. Many people cleared it in 2 months also, and for GMAT also 3 to 4 months was enough. So I had that framework in my mind that this amount of time is sufficient for me to clear.
So one more thing, what did your seniors tell you from coming from IIT background and those seniors plan to go towards the finance side? What did they tell you? Was CFA important for them?
CFA is kind of the door to a career in finance, because if you want to get into asset management, investment management, you have, like, CFA is a very prestigious education that one can have.
I understand. So if I had to ask, clearing CFA or getting a 760 on GMAT, which one would be harder?
I guess both were tough. But I guess CFA level 1 was difficult because I was coming from a technical background, having no idea of accounting.
Definitely. What are your future plans like? What do you plan to do in future now?
Yeah. So after HEC, I'll be I want to get into the investment management part of finance, where I can use my skills to allocate capital properly. And after 5 to 6 years, I also plan to work in a leading hedge fund, where I can use the skills that I've gained to invest in different financial instruments.
So when I asked you what are the other colleges that you applied to, you
Mhm.
basically told me London and France. Uh, why not
Yeah.
US? Was there any specific reason to not go towards the US side?
Yeah, so in US, the masters in finance are more focused towards the quantitative part of
Hmm.
finance.
Hmm.
So MIT Sloan also has a masters in finance. So, but it is more focused to the quantitative part. But I wanted to get into the non-quantitative part of finance, like investment banking, private equity, and then investment management.
Hmm.
So for this, Europe has the best courses, best master's program in the better than US.
I understand. So, with regards to your letter of recommendations,
Yeah,
who did you ask for, your letter of recommendations from?
yeah. So there we require two letters of recommendation. One from a professional background and other from your academic background. So for the professional background, I asked the founder and CEO at GSF India, Mr. Rajesh Sawhney. Yeah,
He
he's an alumnus of,
directly
yeah,
a
yeah,
letter of recommendation for you.
yeah, he did. So he's an alumnus of Harvard Business School and he has a very good professional career. So that created a lot of weight in my application.
Definitely, it would have.
Yeah.
And
And apart
second one?
the academic recommendation, I took from a professor in my Department of Industrial Engineering. So he taught me financial engineering in my second year. So he was the perfect guy to get the
So,
recommendation.
one more thing, one more question usually people have. So,
Yeah.
ideally, should I take a recommendation from a senior, a person who is, let's suppose, an HOD of my department, or a person who has been my most probably a professor I have a good connect with, but he's not
Mhm.
at that senior of a level. So, who should I be taking a
Mhm.
letter of recommendation from? So, because I also had this doubt, who should I
Mhm.
be taking a letter of recommendation from? My teacher which I have a great rapport with, or
Mhm.
an HOD which I can ask for a letter of recommendation from?
So, so the thing is that the top business schools, they want the letter of recommendations to be as personal as possible.
Hmm.
They because they receive hundreds, thousands of applications,
Hmm.
and they want uh, excuse me. So
Yeah.
they want a letter of recommendation which is more personal, which looks truthful. So a professor that you have worked with knows how you work, knows you personally, so he can write a very good recommendation uh, for you. So I will recommend that get the LOR from a professor you have worked with and
So,
make it as personal as possible.
you said that you also got a letter of recommendation from the person who is basically managing
Yeah,
GSF India, right?
yeah, right.
You were working directly with him.
Yeah, yes, yes.
Oh, wow. That's really interesting. Uh, any final piece of advice that you have for the students?
For so this is for finance, pursuing finance or
Pursuing
chemistry.
finance or planning to go abroad for international education?
Okay, so for people, for students pursuing finance, I guess uh, get exposure through internships as much as possible. Reach out to people working in the industry and do internships in various fields of finance. Apart from that, having a CFA or FRM helps you a lot in your career because it is kind of a badge that you have the sufficient knowledge required.
I had
And
one
yeah,
thing I feel like you're missing, which
yeah.
has helped you a lot. I scream that on my channel again and again. How important is LinkedIn?
Yes. So LinkedIn is at our stage, it is kind of our best friend for the professional journey because many professionals in finance are on LinkedIn and they are active on LinkedIn.
All professionals, in fact.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, and plus they are active on LinkedIn. So they, when you reach out, they reply, they help you, give you advice. And for the internship search also, it is a very good platform because generally all the companies post their job openings on LinkedIn.
So basically, your Kearney as well as GSF India was possible because of LinkedIn only, right?
Yeah, Kearney through my IIT network also.
Okay,
But
Kearney.
I used LinkedIn to reach out.
Otherwise, if you did not have LinkedIn, if you did not, let's suppose you did
Mm,
not have a good LinkedIn account, how would you have even
mm,
reached out to those people? You would have had to go
yeah.
through the old means of asking your committee to tell me which person
Mm,
was working there. Since you had a good LinkedIn account, you could have directly reached out to that person.
exactly, exactly. Without LinkedIn, it's very difficult. I guess near to impossible. And
Definitely.
yeah,
That is something I scream on this channel दिन भर सुबह से शाम LinkedIn बना लो अच्छा LinkedIn बना लो अच्छा LinkedIn बना लो start working on your LinkedIn, start reaching out to people on LinkedIn.
right, right.
What do you think people reply back on LinkedIn? Because honestly, we are talking because of LinkedIn only. Even we
Exactly,
are talking
exactly.
because of LinkedIn.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Many people do. If they find your profile interesting, you have done some interesting things, so they like to interact and reply back.
and basically, I feel like there is just one thing that you need. एक चीज click हो गई, then you have that
Mhm,
thing on your LinkedIn profile. Based on
mhm.
that thing, you get the next thing. Based on that thing, you get this
Exactly,
next. It
exactly.
keeps
It's
on
like a
happening.
domino effect. Yeah,
Exactly,
exactly.
exactly, exactly. 100%. Very beautifully said. It is like a domino effect. So you just need one thing on your profile that is interesting enough for the other person to
Right,
reply.
right,
If you
right.
have that, then getting next thing becomes way much more easier.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for taking out the time, Anand.
Thank you, Murad.
Actually,
Yeah,
it's short notice. Thank you so much. Is there anything else,
yeah.
any parting words that you would want students to know?
Uh, I guess I have covered for the finance students and students who want to go abroad. Uh, I guess in this part of time, I feel that a global education is required as it gives you a different kind of perspective interacting with people from different countries. So it definitely helps you in your career, but also it helps you on a personal level also.
Mm,
So I guess it is a very good choice, and the education level at the B schools abroad is also very good compared to Indian institutes. Of course, IIMs and ISB are at, at a very good level, but compared to HEC, LBS, or MIT, Sloan, Harvard, so
still know
these
that.
are on an altogether different level.
True, very true.
So yeah, if you decide to go abroad for your for the studies, it is a very good decision according to me. And coming from India, I guess because the competition is very high, I guess the GMAT score, getting a good GMAT score becomes very important, and having good work experience in the field that you want to pursue also is very important.
Mm.
So you have to work on these two things. First is GMAT, and second one is the work experience.
Very well said. Actually, very well said. Thank you so much for the time, man. Thank you.
Thank you, Nora. Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. Now comes the point of surprise. Now, Ubon was actually very generous enough to send me many earphones and headphones, and I have decided to have these as a giveaway. So if you were planning to enroll for any of Finlader's course, today and tomorrow is the day for you. So if you enroll within next 2 days, you stand to get a chance to win either a headphone or a earphone. And trust me, the headphones are really good. I've been using these headphones since a long time, so the headphones are really good. So if you enroll for any of the courses given in the description within next 2 days, you stand to win one of these. And if you're watching this video after 2 days, it's just that you have not hit the bell icon till now, and that is something you have to hit. Like, it goes without saying. If you've not hit the bell icon, then what are you doing?